A 34-year-old Camp Pendleton Marine goes on trial next week. The charges are minor, but the consequences could be devastating. KUSI's SASHA Foo has more now live from outside Camp Pendleton. SASHA, what's the latest?
Kimberly, according to one defense attorney who works for Camp Pendleton, he says approximately 10 to 20% of all the Marines awaiting trial here at the Camp Pendleton Brig are there because of psychological problems linked to post-combat stress. A Marine of 16 years, CODY Miranda may be one of them. This 34-year-old Marine has spent almost half of his life in uniform. But CODY Miranda's future with the Marine Corps now hangs on the outcome of a Camp Pendleton court-martial next week. His defense, that he suffers from combat-related stress or PTSD.
It takes quite a long time to realize that your life is changing, especially by your actions or anything that you do.
CODY Miranda, once a staff sergeant with a Special Force Recon unit, has been deployed 6 times, 4 times to the Persian Gulf. On his last tour to Iraq in 2003, his unit saw a lot of danger, a lot of bloodshed, and a lot of death. By his own admission, his life began falling apart when he came home. In August 2005, Miranda went AWOL for 11 months, a period in which he lost everything: his home, his job, his car, his family.
I didn't have a home. I mean, some of my friends would take me in for a while, I'd lose them as a friend. And I just really, there's times you didn't get out of bed.
Miranda's defense attorney says his client's problems with the law stem from the combat stress and possibly brain injuries from working with explosives in Iraq.
Is his case unique? No, unfortunately it's not. We're seeing a number of cases, I would say in the ballpark of about 10 to 20% of our cases, maybe higher depending on which attorney you talk to.
In January of this year, Miranda was court-martialed for the AWOL and sentenced to almost 4 months in the brig. His rank also reduced from staff sergeant to private. That was a bitter pill.
Yes, it is.
But that was not the end of CODY Miranda's troubles. In March, he was charged with disrespecting a senior Marine and drunk and disorderly conduct. Now facing his second court-martial on those charges, Miranda faces a bad conduct discharge and possibly losing all of his Marine Corps benefits.
I don't think that any Marine that I'm aware of has used PTSD as an excuse. And that's kind of the stigma that's been around.
Carolyn Martin is an investigator who is helping with Miranda's defense. She says too many commanders are turning a blind eye to their service members who suffer the psychological wounds of war.
Instead of putting them in the brig, why don't we have a housing unit for them to receive counseling and their medication if need be.
So if they see the need to get the help, get the help.
But Camp Pendleton commanders say there is help available.
There are programs available. They need to be introspective, look inside themselves, and if they need the assistance, get the assistance.
CODY Miranda's supporters say there are many more who will come after him, their troubles masking a desperate cry for help.
I just want commanders to recognize people who do have problems, and they get the treatment they deserve.
We always say in the Marine Corps that we don't leave anyone behind. Well, we're leaving them behind right here on American soil.
Tonight, commanders here at Camp Pendleton assure us they have close to half a dozen programs to treat mental illness. But if discharged for bad conduct, CODY Miranda will have access to none of them. Private Miranda goes on trial next Wednesday. We're live from Camp Pendleton. I'm SASHA Foo, KUSI News.